What is going on, guys? Mike with Chit Chat Gaming. So it is no secret that I am a fan of professional wrestling. I've been a fan of professional wrestling since I was a little kid here. About 5 years old or so, I remember watching wrestling on television. I remember playing wrestling games. My very first wrestling game was WrestleMania on the NES. I remember opening it up on my birthday. I remember that so vividly here. The game was not any good at all. But back in the day, though, it was just awesome to be able to play Hulk Hogan, the $1 Million Man, Andre the Giant, all on a Nintendo platform here. So moving along, though, of course we had games like on the SNES, Royal Rumble, the LJN series, Super WrestleMania, games that I actually did enjoy, but they weren't that great. It wasn't until like the Nintendo 64 era when we really started to get some really fun wrestling games. Games like No Mercy, games like WrestleMania 2000, WCW vs. NWO Revenge. Those were the games that I really put a lot of time in, and I really started to get into professional wrestling games. Those were just so much fun. Moving along, then we had the PlayStation games like SmackDown vs. Raw, Here Comes the Pain, which is probably one of my favorite games, honestly, probably one of my favorite wrestling games of all time. Here Comes the Pain was just so much fun. Then we got some great GameCube games as well too, like the Day of Reckoning series. And then we kind of went on and we got games like, the WWE 12, WWE 13 and 14. And then that's when they decided to finally change over to 2K, was in 2015. And that's kind of when the games for me, 2015 was just not that great. And that's kind of when the games just got kind of bland and kind of boring for me. And much like Madden, much like the NBA games, and I get it, there's not a whole lot you can do every year. But the game was basically every year was an updated roster. We had some new match types and new features and such. But for the most part, though, it was literally the same game running on the same engine. And then, of course, later on here, we got some great games. I really enjoyed, 2K18, minus it on the Switch. The Switch version of 2K18 is a completely different story. You can see my videos on that. We're not even going to discuss that. But it was until 2K19 was actually pretty fun too. I actually enjoyed that. And then 2K20 came out, and that's where things hit the ground here and was like, oh my god, this is awful. I own it on PC. I didn't even pre-order it. It's the first 2K game I did not pre-order, because once I heard that Ukes left, I knew that, oh my god, it's going to be horrible. Now, Ukes was a big part of, the 2K series, a big part of WWE games, period. Of course, now we know that Ukes went on to work with the AEW series, and we're working on that game, so I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to get another, third-party developer in there to help work on this, but they're going to need help, because if it's anything like 2K20, then the series is going to completely go flat, and it's going to be gone. Now, as I said, I own 2K20 on my PC. I can't even play the game. It crashes after every single match. After I win, my music hits, the referee holds my hand up, boom, the game crashes. Every single time. I've looked up everything. The PC, the Steam reviews are horrible. My daughter has it on Xbox One. It looks like absolute crap on the Xbox One, and it also crashes all the time on there too. Every time she plays the Royal Rumble, it slows down and it crashes usually. So again, though, it has a lot of problems, and that's why it got such crap reviews. Now, apparently here, though, we're going to be getting 2K21. This is after 2K decided to take a break for a year, and they released 2K Battlegrounds, which again, though, was much like All Stars and such as well too, but it was just a complete bomb. The game copies are still sitting on the shelf. It's always on sale, and really nobody really bought it here. I pre-ordered it like a dumbass, and I paid $50 for the game. I got a little bit of time, I got my money's worth, I think, for the most part here. They're still releasing characters and such, but again, though, 25 moveset or 25 moves per wrestler, copy and paste the same moves over and over again. The entrances are horrible. The old theme songs. The game is just basically a bomb. But we are looking at 2K21 here now. The big thing is what can they do to make 2K21? What can WWE, what can 2K do to basically bring themselves back from the gutter that they fell into during 2K20? For me personally, though, I think a lot of the big thing is going to be just making sure that the gameplay is good. You have to bring in a third party, because if you can't do it by yourself, you got to bring in a third party to help work on this thing, much like Ukes and such. But the big thing is going to be the gameplay. The game has to be able to play without crashing, and it's got to be unique. It's got to be. It doesn't have to be a simulator. It doesn't have to be a dead-on simulator, but it has to be unique. The game has to look good. It's got to play good, and that's going to be their biggest thing here. Now, as far as wrestlers go, I didn't think they ever had any problem with that. They always had a great job of updating the roster and such, bringing in DLC characters and so forth. They need to drop the stupid packs like the Bump of the Night packs and all those crazy crazy ones they had for DLC on 2K20. Get rid of that crap, because us as wrestling fans, we don't care about that. Bring us like we used to do. Bring us new updated wrestlers. If you're going to release a season pass or a DLC, that's fine. Do it. But just make it just wrestlers and new arenas, maybe some new championships or something like that. That would be great. But leave the other crap like Bump of the Night and all the other junk garbage they had, that they came out with. Leave all that out of it. We don't care. We don't want that. I think that was made clearly with 2K20. So besides that, though, I mean, the game itself is not horrible. Entrances are always good here. They always update the entrances and so forth. I have no problem with that. As far as the sweat on the body, the blood, all that stuff, I always thought they did a very good job with. Even in 2K20, playing it on my PC when it actually worked, I thought it looked pretty good here. But the biggest thing is going to be gameplay. Now, match types and such, I always thought they did a great job of that too, for the most part. Bringing in one thing I could say is that with the Royal Rumble and such is when a wrestler comes out and their entrances comes out, when the buzzer goes, I think they should definitely show them in the top corner, like actually coming out, or maybe pan away from the ring for a second to show them coming into the ring. I think that'd be actually pretty cool, is to just do the music and then watch them fly in, or just having them pop in the ring and so forth. So just little things like that make a simulation style game that much better here. If you look at Madden, you look at NBA, you see everything. I mean, from the prep, to when they come out, to when they're getting, and all that stuff, you see everything. So I think that's one thing that they definitely need to do. Commentary too is a big one. Commentary sucked in 2K20. It was horrible in Battlegrounds. I think that they definitely need to figure out a way to make it more unique and more updated. You look at, like I said, like games, I keep using games like Madden and such, NBA, commentary never really fails on that. It's always pretty damn good. Whereas in the WWE 2K games, it always stutters around. You're usually repeating the same thing over and over again. The calls that they do never make any sense to what's going on in their ring. So I think that's another thing as well too. So again, though, I just want to kind of nitpick here a little bit and just tell you guys what I wanted from 2K for 2K21. Do I think it's going to be a complete bomb? There's a very good possibility, just because of how 2K20 was here, unless they get a third party to help work on this game and to kind of smooth it out, clean it up, make it look good, make it play good, and add some of the great features what we need. Not leave all the other crap out there, leave all the other garbage out there completely, and just give us some damn DLC, some season pass and stuff that's going to make us want to actually buy it as a professional wrestling fan. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys want from the 2K series. Let me know what you guys think of 2K in general. Are you going to trust it enough to buy 2K21? If it comes out, which I'm hearing it's going to, or are you going to skip it in general and just kind of see how things go later on in the future? Or do they need to just drop the 2K series altogether and get a brand new developer to work on this thing? So guys, let me know here. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you turn on that bell notification to keep updated with all things that is Chit Chat Gaming. And once again, this has been Mike saying, happy gaming.